So Greta Thunberg and the other activists whose Gaza-bound ship was captured by Israeli forces yesterday have now been taken to a Tel Aviv airport for deportation. That's according to a post by the Israeli Foreign Ministry. And this also comes after the Israeli Defense Minister announced that the crew would be shown videos of the October 7th attacks while detained. Here's a rundown of what we know has happened so far. So the crew of this ship, the Madleen, were trying to break the Israeli blockade and deliver a symbolic shipment of baby formula and other aid to the Gaza Strip, which is an area facing looming famine after 20 months of bombardment and 11 weeks of total siege by the Israeli government, which was only partially lifted last month. In fact, Israel's continued refusal to allow adequate food, water, and medical supplies into the Gaza Strip has been labelled an act of genocide by Amnesty International, a sentiment that was also echoed by more than 20 independent UN experts last month. Plus, in recent days, Israeli forces have killed dozens of Palestinians as they tried to reach the handful of sites where the extremely limited amount of supplies are being handed out. Now, according to the Freedom Flotilla Coalition, which organised the voyage Thunberg was a part of, the Madleen was still in international waters, about 200 kilometres away from Gaza, when it was boarded by Israeli forces on Monday morning, and subsequently communication from the boat was cut off.
If you see this video, we have been intercepted and kidnapped in international waters.
The coalition says the seizure blatantly violates international law and violates the International Court of Justice's binding order that Israel must allow unimpeded humanitarian access to Gaza. But when the Israeli Foreign Ministry announced the seizure of the boat, they mocked the crew, calling them celebrities on a selfie yacht. Adala, which is a rights group that's now representing these activists, say that to the best of their knowledge, no one has been injured or required medical treatment. The boat was towed to an Israeli port where it's believed the crew were handed into police custody and then eventually transported to Tel Aviv airport. That's really the most recent update we have, but the Israeli Foreign Ministry did say on X that those who refuse to sign deportation documents and leave Israel will be brought before a judicial authority.